If walls could talk, the halls of Hogwarts would scream secrets you were never meant to hear. And some of those secrets changed the entire story of Harry Potter. You think you know Hogwarts? Moving staircases, talking portraits, ghosts floating through corridors like they own the place. But most people only see the classrooms and the Great Hall. What they miss are the halls, the long stone veins that run through the castle, the spaces between the big moments, the quiet corners where friendships were made, rules were broken, and history was written in whisper. Today, we're walking those halls, not just as fans, but like students who've been there for 7 years. We're going to look at how the halls of Hogwarts shaped the entire Harry Potter story, from secret meetings to hidden doors, from fear to courage, and by the end, you'll see why the most important things at Hogwarts didn't happen in classrooms. They happened in the hallways. Let's step inside. The first thing you need to understand about Hogwarts is that it's not just a building. In Harry Potter, the castle is almost like a living character. It moves, it changes, it hides things. The halls aren't straight lines like in a normal school. They twist, they climb, they shift when you're not looking. Staircases move, doors appear and disappear. It's like the castle is testing you. Think about Harry's very first year. He's an 11-year-old kid who grew up in a cupboard under the stairs. Then suddenly he's dropped into a castle bigger than most cities. A place where the walls are made of cold stone, torches light the corridors, and suits of armor stand silently along the halls that first walk through the corridors. It's not just about getting to class. It's about stepping into a world that doesn't make sense yet. The halls create mystery. In the first book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry, Ron, and Hermione don't just stumble into danger. They find it in the corridors. Remember the third-floor corridor? The one everyone was told to avoid unless they wanted to die a painful death. That hallway alone tells you everything about Hogwarts. Rules exist, but curiosity is stronger. That corridor led to Fluffy, a giant three-headed dog guarding a trapdoor. And that trapdoor, it led to one of the biggest secrets in the wizarding world, the Philosopher's Stone. But here's what's crazy. If the halls of Hogwarts were normal and simple, if students never got lost, if there weren't hidden passages and dark corners, Harry might never have discovered what was really going on. The halls create opportunity, and it doesn't stop there. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the halls turn from magical to terrifying. Messages appear on the walls. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Students are found petrified in corridors. The castle feels different, heavy, unsafe. The attacks didn't happen in classrooms. They happened in hallways. Because halls are in between spaces. You're walking alone. You're not protected by a teacher. You're just moving from one place to another. That's where fear hits the hardest. And then there's the chamber itself, hidden for centuries, right under everyone's feet. Think about that. Hundreds of students walked those halls every day. Teachers taught there for decades, and none of them knew that a giant snake was sleeping below the pipes. The castle was keeping secrets. By the time we reach Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the halls become something else again, a place of tension. Dementors glide through corridors. Their presence makes the air cold. Students huddle together. The halls, once full of chatter, become quiet. And then there's the Marauder's map. I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. That map shows every hallway. every secret passage, every hidden corner of Hogwarts, created by James Potter, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and Peter Pettigrew. The map reveals something huge. Hogwarts was never meant to be fully understood. Even the creators of the map didn't know everything, but they knew enough to break the rules. The map turns the halls into a game board. Suddenly, Harry isn't just walking through corridors. He's sneaking through them, watching teachers move, avoiding danger, finding hidden routes behind statues and tapestry. The halls become strategy. And then we get to Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The Triwizard Tournament brings students from other schools. The castle feels crowded. Different accents echo in the halls. Rivalries grow. Whispers follow Harry everywhere. And that's another thing about hallways. They carry rumors. When Harry's name comes out of the Goblet of Fire, the halls turn against him. People stare. They whisper. Friends walk past without speaking. You can feel how alone he is just by imagining those long corridors. Every step echoes. It's not a battlefield. It's worse. It's isolation. In Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the halls become a place of rebellion. Dolores Umbridge takes control of the school. She places educational decrees on the walls. She watches students. She limits their freedom. The corridors feel watched. But here's where it gets interesting. The rebellion doesn't start in a classroom. It starts in secret meetings, hidden spaces, the room of requirement, a room that appears only when you truly need it. It's connected to the halls, but invisible unless you know how to find it. Dumbledore's army trains there. Students practice spells they're not allowed to learn. And it all happens because Hogwarts has secret layers. The halls hide doors that don't exist until the right person walks by 3 times, thinking the right thought. The castle chooses sides. By Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the halls grow darker. Draco Malfoy is sneaking around, fixing the vanishing cabinet. Death Eaters are trying to break into the school. The corridors become paths for betrayal. And then the moment that changes everything. Dumbledore's death. After he falls from the astronomy tower, chaos explodes through the halls. Spells fly. Windows shatter. Students run. The safe place isn't safe anymore. Finally, in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Hogwarts becomes a war zone. The Battle of Hogwarts turns the halls into battlefields. Statues come alive. Teachers fight. Students defend their home. The same corridors where first seers once got lost are now filled with fire and fear. And yet, those halls don't fall quietly. They fight back. The castle protects its own. Secret passages help students escape. Walls shift to block enemies. The very structure of Hogwarts stands against darkness. Now here's the problem. For most of the series, Hogwarts feels like the safest place in the world. Dumbledore says it himself. Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it. But is that really true? Students faced trolls in bathrooms, a basilisk in the pipes, dementors in corridors, Death Eaters in towers. So how can we call it safe? This is the challenge of Hogwarts. It's both a home and a hazard. And that's exactly why it works. Think about real life. School hallways are where most of your memories happen. Not always in class. It's between classes. It's where someone tells you a secret, where you get into an argument, where you feel embarrassed or brave. Hogwarts takes that normal idea and turns it magical. The halls are not just paths. They are tests. They test loyalty. When Harry walks alone, while people whisper about him, they test courage. When students run toward danger during the battle, they test friendship. When Ron and Hermione stand beside Harry in corridors that lead to monsters, even the ghosts, nearly headless Nick, the Bloody Baron, float through these halls like reminders of history. The past is always present at Hogwarts. You can't escape it. And here's something a lot of people miss. The founders of Hogwarts, Godric Gryffindor, Salazar Slytherin, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Helga Hufflepuff, built more than houses. They built a maze of ideas. Their beliefs are written into the walls. Slytherin's secret chamber. Gryffindor's sword hidden in the sorting hat. Ravenclaw's lost diadem hidden in the room of requirement. Hufflepuff's cup stored in secret vaults. Horcruxes were hidden within the castle itself. That means even Voldemort trusted the halls of Hogwarts to hide his darkest secrets. Why? Because Hogwarts is layered. It's old. It's unpredictable. It's powerful. In fact, within the story, the castle is over 1,000 years old. That's 1,000 years of magic soaking into stone. Think about how many footsteps have walked those corridors, how many spells were cast, how many secrets were whispered. The castle remembers. And that memory matters most in the final battle. When Neville Longbottom pulls the sword of Gryffindor from the sorting hat and destroys Nagini, it happens in the halls, in front of everyone. The shy boy who once lost his toad becomes a hero in the same corridors where he probably once felt small. The halls witnessed growth. Harry's journey is measured in those spaces. From a scared first year trying not to get lost, to a young man walking calmly to face death in the Forbidden Forest after saying goodbye in the castle. There's a reason the final return to Hogwarts in Deathly Hallows feels so powerful. It's not just about fighting Voldemort, it's about coming home. Home isn't perfect. It isn't always safe, but it shapes you. And that's the key moment. Hogwarts isn't magical because of spells. It's magical because of what happens between people inside those halls. Friendship, betrayal, growth, sacrifice. The castle gives space for those things to happen. It doesn't stop danger. It forces students to face it. When you look back at the series, almost every major turning point passes through a corridor. Harry overhears important conversations behind doors. He hides under the invisibility cloak in empty hallways. He runs through them, chased by Filch. He duels in them. He says goodbye in them. The halls are the bloodstream of the story. And here's something beautiful. At the very end of Deathly Hallows, 19 years later, Harry sends his own son to Hogwarts. The cycle continues. New students will walk those same corridors. They'll get lost. They'll laugh. They'll whisper secrets. The castle stands. Because Hogwarts was never about one boy. It was about every student who walked those halls and became someone new. So, next time you think about Harry Potter, don't just picture the Great Hall or the Quidditch pitch. Picture the corridors, the flickering torches, the echo of footsteps, the moving staircases that almost seem to smile when you figure them out. That's where the real magic lives.